Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Danielle Dempsey. With me tonight is Nora O'Toole, the student body president for the 2023 to 2024 academic year. Nora, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hear all about UPUA. So can you explain what is UPUA?
Yeah, so the University Park Undergraduate Association, or UPUA, is a student government here on campus, and our mission is to be the voice and advocate for the student body, as well as provide resources that are most reflective of the student body's needs. And if those resources don't exist, then to advocate for that to administration and important stakeholders.
Absolutely, that's incredible. So what sorts of events does UPUA hold throughout the school year?
Yeah, so we have 5 committees within UPUA that span over all different aspects of the student body. So that includes campus operations, academic affairs, governmental affairs, student life, and justice and equity. And so within those 5 committees, we hold different programming weeks that include many different aspects, such as Mental Health and Wellness Week, Sexual Violence Awareness and Prevention Week, as well as Knowing Your Rights in academic realms, as well as like housing rights, and also while protesting, so different series with that, and also providing different resources such as test prep books. So many different programming events that fall within those 5 aspects of the student body.
Yeah, those are great resources for students to have available to them. And so to get all of these committees together, you hold General Assembly meetings. What does a typical General Assembly meeting look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. So every week, General Assembly is all of our representatives coming together to go through our order of business, which is carried out through modern rules of order to help us procedurally. But that looks like passing old business, nominating or electing new representatives, as well as passing new business and new legislation to make those initiatives become a very tangible form through that legislation to be passed.
Wow, that's incredible. And it was recently announced that you would be serving as the next student body president. You'll be leading all these different initiatives. So what will your responsibilities look like as president in putting together these General Assembly meetings and all these other events?
Yeah, so president is, in my role, very much external facing for the organization. So what that looks like is me meeting with a lot of administration to see how our initiatives within UPUA that other representatives bring to the table can be carried out, and how administration can have buy-in on those initiatives and how they can help us collab with that. And so in my role as president, I am very much the external communication, while a lot of my other members within the organization tend to focus more internally on those General Assembly meetings and helping reps carry out those initiatives through their committees.
Yeah, that's incredible. And this is a role that you had to have a full-fledged campaign for. Can you tell me a little bit about your campaigning experience?
Yeah, it was incredible, like super surreal to be able to work with some of my best friends on campaigning, and it was super eye-opening too. We got to meet with and reach out to so many different people that in their own aspect really make Penn State what it is through their own leadership roles. So meeting those people, seeing how I can represent them and how we can collaborate with each other was super, again, just very surreal, and I feel really lucky to be given that opportunity.
Yeah, that's incredible. And so what prior roles did you serve on before becoming the next president?
Yeah, so I've been a part of UPUA for 2 years. Humble beginnings. I actually lost my first election. So I wasn't an at-large representative until the summer of my freshman to sophomore year. And an at-large representative is just a representative that oversees or concentrates on the student body as a whole rather than a specialized community. And I've also held the role of chair of the Governmental Affairs Committee, one of the 5 committees, which is very much the lobbying arm of UPUA, and kind of representing special interests of the students on a local, state, and federal level. And after that, last year, I was Speaker of the Assembly, which again was very internal facing and kind of the head of the legislative branch and glue to keeping the organization together. And then now I'm very lucky to be president now.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's such a great progression that you went through, you know.
Yeah.
So what do you hope for UPUA to accomplish next year under your presidency?
Yeah, I'm so excited. So I have my Vice President, Giselle Concepcion, and I had set out 5 pillars for us to hopefully achieve within the next year, which first includes community development. So right now is a very critical time for not only our organization, but the university in regards to DEIB efforts. So community development to us looks very much like housing and food insecurity, and also providing mutual aid and collabing with various RSOs such as Lions Pantry to do that. The next one is internal reform. So this is taking a hard look internally at our own organization and how we can utilize our resources to carry out the mission and vision we have. So this looks like having our own strategic planning board, as well as looking at new hiring practices to ensure that no bias is taking place. The next one is sexual violence awareness and prevention. I'm very excited about this one, especially. The past couple of years, we've done a lot of education-focused work, so providing resources and pointing students to the right direction and finding those resources. But Giselle and I really want to take a more tangible approach to this, so potentially funding Birdie personal alarms to distribute to the student body, as well as funding for Narcan and roofie testing kits to distribute to the student body as well, and working with bars downtown to set up more sustainable systems for those that may feel in danger at those bars, to talk to the bars and potentially have a safe way out of that situation. So building up those relationships. Sustainability, pretty self-explanatory, but something we're excited about is potentially and hopefully building up academic literacy across all academic colleges and really building on one cohesive message for sustainability. And then the last one is mental health and wellness. I think this past year especially, student government leaders have really struggled with their own mental health, and it's a very unique situation to want to provide resources for the student body and being the leader of that, while also trying to set boundaries for yourself and watch out for your own mental health. So we're hoping to also really put a spotlight on that and take a hard look at how we can address that. So.
That is amazing. It sounds like you and your Vice President, Giselle, have a lot of incredible plans for next year, and I can't wait to see firsthand what you guys do as President and Vice President. So my final question was, how can students who are also passionate about student government like yourself become involved with UPUA? Yeah,
so I would just say to keep an eye out on our socials. Our big election was just in March, so that's really the time when you can get involved. But we have vacancies and openings throughout the year, so following us on our socials to stay up to date on when those may happen. But also, you know, you don't need UPUA to make the change you want to see. And that's something I really want to emphasize. As long as you have that passion, that's really all you need to get the change that you need done. And, you know, even if you can't get involved right now, like, keep fighting, like, keep having that passion, and it'll all work out one day. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and talking about UPUA.
Of course, thank you.
Up next, Morgan and Carlos will bring you the latest news from across the nation. Stay tuned.